started in a headwind. He's finishing in a headwind. Welcome to the Talisker Whisky Atlantic Challenge 2022. We are with Mike. The Atlantic Grappler is coming into Antigua. He is powering against the wind and still managing to tell us a few jokes as well. Look at him go. It is quite a windy day here in Antigua. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Send in your messages of support. We're so happy to see our first solo rower arrive in this year's race. Mike started in La Gomera in the Canaries on the 12th of December 2022, and he's arriving into Antigua after 46 days at sea, 46 days of rowing and sleeping, eating, drinking, and doing his bathroom business on board this little boat. Yep, Mike is coming in. Mike Bates from the UK. Not particularly keen on deep water, so quite the achievement, having rowed 3,000 miles across the Atlantic. 24th team to arrive in this year's race. Mike of the Atlantic Grappler is right next to the finish line, powering against those headwinds. He can't wait to get off those oars. And the flare will go any second. See, Head Safety Officer Ian Couch there up on the fort.
Take your time, Mike.
So Ian
Whenever you're ready.
Couch's flare signals Mike to set his flare up.
Go on, Mike!
Why did you put my camera on? I wasn't ready.
Well done, Mike.
Mike, you're the man!
Really amazing. What an achievement. Our first solo rower. Yes, Mike is the man, the skipper is shouting of the media boat. The Atlantic Grappler. If you're just watching, this is the Talisker Whisky Atlantic Challenge 2022. You are watching the Atlantic Grappler, Mike Bates, coming in to the finish line in Antigua after 3,000 miles of rowing across the Atlantic. Our first solo rower to arrive.
Well done,
Out of the
Mike.
fleet
Well
of
done.
43, Mike is the 24th team to come in. 42 boats are in the race now after one was rescued. 46 days at sea, an emotional roller coaster of a row from Mike. Hashtagged the real James Bond. Mike Bates is both superhero and emotional warrior. He is the epitome of our last team to arrive, Team Emotive's motto, which is "It's not weak to speak." He brings a whole new level to that motto. He actually said to us when he was coming in that the ocean has gained an extra inch of water from his tears. Cried a lot while he's rode the Atlantic. Wow, what an achievement. So following Royal Marine training and tours of Afghanistan and Iraq, Mike has strived for demanding and challenging situations, venturing up mountains and coming first in a 3-day hike through Denmark out of 2,000 people. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, setting up an academy with a friend. So all of you who are watching, Professor Mike to you guys. And yes, he's the original James Bond, having previously worked for the Ministry of Defence. He's currently writing a book set for release in 2024. That'll be quite the read, so not surprised really with his multifaceted life experience. Considering he was the last boat out of the marina in San Sebastian La Gomera, he's done remarkably well to bypass 18 teams from the start, including pairs and trios. Those pair teams, those trios, they always keep rowing, whereas a solo, they have to rest. So he's done incredibly well. He's been fine-tuning his experience on the boat from day one, taking that by being in silence that first day so that he could really get used to the boat and the ocean around him. So no music, no podcasts, no audiobooks. And in that time, he merged himself with his mission. He was very keen to get a head start. He rowed non-stop for over 24 hours on that first day before taking his first rest break. And then following that, he settled into a shift pattern of up to 17 hours a day of rowing. So from 5:30 in the morning straight through to 9:30 at night. Imagine that. Absolutely phenomenal. Towards the end of the first week, he pushed hard through the initial challenging conditions, those headwinds that I was talking about earlier, and tried his best to avoid going on power anchor. But then he was humbled by a pod of dolphins swimming around the boat for about 15 minutes or so. When they left, that's when he decided to go into the water and clean the hull, the bottom of the boat. An activity that he mentioned when he spoke to us that he was quite nervous about because there's no one there to save you when you're a solo, he said. Yet no sooner had he got back on board before the same pod of dolphins were back. So that was an incredibly moving experience for him. And he said of that experience, and I'll quote, "The race ended for me today when I was visited by a pod of dolphins. For 6 days, I've pushed myself to the limits and sometimes beyond to be out front. It's where I've always been, but I now understand that the prize is the experience, not the crossing the line first. Humbling, beautiful, emotional. When they left, they took my ego with them." Oh, words. Imagine that book when it comes out. Okay, listen, we're going to head in. He's going to row his last few strokes into Nelson's Dockyard, which you can see there to the right of the screen where all the masts are. We're going to go ahead of him in the media boat so that we can watch him coming in to Nelson's Dockyard to take his first few steps onto dry land after 46 days at sea. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. The live will continue. Look at that beautiful glistening water. Whew. Welcome to Antigua, everybody. Stick around. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to the arrival of the Atlantic Grappler in the Talisker Whisky Atlantic Challenge 2022. Mike started his 3,000-mile row in La Gomera in the Canaries, Spanish islands, off the northwest coast of Africa. and has rowed for 46 days, not leaving that little boat, and arriving here into Antigua, Nelson's Dockyard in the Caribbean. And his family are so excited. So excited to see him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Bates representing the United Kingdom, the Atlantic Grappler! He started his journey 3,000 miles away from here in November, December 12th. He now arrived into the Dockyard, safe and sound. So once again, a big applause for our first solo arrival, the Atlantic Grappler! Yeah.
The Atlantic Grappler, Mike Bates. He is rowing for Leeds Hospitals charity because both of Mike's children were born prematurely and needed lots of help in their first few months. His youngest son, Gabriel, had complications and contracted meningitis, which meant that the first period of his life was spent in and out of intensive care.
I just got a Merry Christmas from Mike. It's also a new year, Mike. Welcome to Lagomera. Let's give it up for Mike Bates, the Atlantic Grappler!
He said that the staff and facilities at Leeds General Infirmary saved his son's life.
Mike, you're the man.
That's right, Maurice. Mike, you're the man, and you row across the Atlantic Ocean, becoming our first solo to arrive in beautiful Antigua. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mike Bates, Atlantic Grappler!
Yeah! Yeah!
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we just witnessed here is truly incredible. Mike, your family is here. Why don't we step on land? Shoot, would we like to see Mike step on land? Welcome to Antigua, Mike.
Oh, he's been looking forward to that since we spoke to him in Lagomera. The one thing he was most looking forward to when he left, and as he was coming into English Harbour, we asked him again what he's most looking forward to, and it was to see his family.
Mike, two kids, Gabriel and Autumn.
What a turnout. Just 3 days in, he had a slip on deck, hurting his knee, damaging the ligaments in his knee.
Mike,
So,
please step forward to the podium.
so he adapted his rowing position so as to use only his one good leg. And that carried
What
on.
an arrival and what a start to the weekend. It's Friday here at Nelson's Dockyard, and I completely understand you're emotional, Mike. I keep my sunglasses on for a reason as well. Incredible scenes here at the Dockyard. Ladies and gentlemen, this incredible guy, Mike Bates, started his journey in Lagomera, 3,000 miles away, 12th of December last year. He's now here as the first solo participant in this year's Talisker Whisky Atlantic Challenge, the world's toughest row. And he did his crossing in 46 days, 6 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah! We have a certificate of achievement handed over by Kevinia, a fellow ocean rower here from Antigua. We also have a gift bag from Antigua and Bermuda. So A big applaud and a little bit more photos here, Mike. So, ladies and gentlemen, what an arrival. Mike, you started your journey in December last year in La Gomera. You're now here. You kind of were in it to win it. But I think during your journey, you discovered a few things out there. You had a big visit of dolphins out there, and you said when the dolphins left, the dolphin left with your ego. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I started off racing Jamie. We had spent a lot of time together, like, we support each other because, we're on your own so fast, we stuck together. And all I can remember is his red port light. I could see it, and I was just chasing. We were about 10 days apart. And I rang him up and I said, look, mate, if we could cross the line together, that's what I want more than anything. And we spoke to each other every Saturday to support each other there. And that's what it's all about. The winning, don't really matter to me. I would love 45 days, but I tried my best. I've had 4 hours sleep in the last 2 days. But I'm wishing Jamie well, because I know he's having it tough out there as well. He's a great guy.
That's the spirit, and I think 46 days, that's quite good as well. Raising money for these children hospital 10 years ago, when Gabriel, your son here, who's behind here, had meningitis. They literally, I mean, there's a reason why he's here today. So they mean a lot to you, and it's also a life-changing experience for you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I mean that's what this is all about. It wasn't about me; it was about other people, helping people, raising as much money as we can. Gabriel was really poorly; they saved his life, and we wanted to do something as a family to try and save other people. We've raised over £100,000. We've already given them 65 grand to buy 6 washing machines. And that's what it's about, guys. That's what it's about. That's what I'm most proud of. Yeah, this was never. I never even used to like the ocean. I love it now. But this was never about me. It was about everybody else. And I hope it would inspire some people back home as well.
This race is truly a given. Music is something we hear a lot about from rowers. It means a lot. Sarah, your wife, made you a playlist. What's your favorite tune?
Oh, I don't know. A bit of Lady Gaga, I reckon. You don't record it now, no. Yeah, everyone knows back home. I get the place to Lady Gaga.
So you heard it all here at Nelson's Stockyard. Mike Bank's favorite artist is Lady Gaga. He's a former British spy, a veteran, black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He's also now an ocean rower, and you saw him all here after 46 days, 6 hours and 10 minutes. Made it all the way, same time to Nelson's Stockyard. Let's give Mike a big hip hip hooray! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
I just want to dedicate this to my wife and kids, and just say a huge thank you to everybody who's played a part in this, because I've always said it was a solo road, but a team effort. And so family, friends, students, sponsors, coaches, anyone who's kind of added to that, I hope I've done you proud. And to me, that's what it's all about. It's about the people. So I'm for you guys as well. So thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Well said, Mike, and let's give him a big applause. We're now doing an interview with you on YouTube Live, Facebook Live with Charlotte. After that, you'll have your first meal on Ryland and obviously much more time with your lovely family. So take a seat and Charlotte will ask you a few questions.
Hey, Mike.
Charlotte, how are you?
Yeah, really good. How are you? So, heard a little bit about those dolphins. Tell us about the bird.
Oh, right, yeah. So this bird, I could hear this noise on day one, and it's squeaking, and I had a squeaky foot plate, so I thought, well, maybe it's that. And it was dark, and I could just see this movement, and a seabird, got trapped behind my spare oar. So I kind of collected it out and stroked it for a minute, and then let it go. And I mean, I like to think it's the same bird. It's probably not, but the same type of bird visits me twice every single day by 2 days. I named it after my granddad who died.
Victor.
Victor, yeah. So yeah, that was nice.
Oh, how lovely! And when was the last time you saw Victor, the bird? Today. Wow, amazing! That is so lovely. So you're no stranger to a bit of emotion.
No, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because this fleet this year, a lot of it is dedicated towards mental health and men's mental health in particular, with the last boat coming in, their motto being "It's not weak to speak." And you shared some of your stuff with us. I mean, you told us just there outside of the harbour that the ocean has collected an extra inch of water for your tears. Right?
Sorry, all the environmentalists. Well, Team Emotive, sorry to interrupt, Charlotte.
Yeah.
They gave me 3 stickers before I left. Well, every team gave me stickers, but I put their stickers in my cabin because it was embrace the grind, always find a positive. And yeah, so I mean, I look to that every single morning.
Embrace the grind, always find the
positive. And you chose to be here. So every morning I would get up, and as soon as I started my row, and obviously it's so painful on your hands because they can't move, I would say, day 46, you chose to be here.
Wow, amazing. So, what would you say then to anybody watching, guys watching, who are, you know, kind of, you know, holding it in, not ready to let it go? What would you say to encourage them to free themselves up?
I think, you know, being vulnerable is a real strength. I've always thought that. And, you know, you've got to be your authentic self. One thing I learned out on the ocean is that the real you comes out. And I think we do a lot about trying to change who we are, but fundamentally you can't change who you are. I'm a competitive person. Like I said, I wasn't competing against Jamie, I was competing against myself every day. So I've had 4 hours sleep in the last 2 days. I've rowed for 12 hours straight today without a break, literally no breaks. So, you know, that's me competing against me because that's who I am. Some people are out there taking the time and enjoying it, and that's who they are. That's brilliant. I just think be authentic and be vulnerable and talk to people because, as I said before, it's the people that count.
And you've got your friends, family, supporters, sponsors, everybody back home watching. What would you like to say to them?
Well, I mean, I've just said it before, but a huge thank you to everybody who's played the part. I said it was a solo row, but team effort. There was 2 things I wanted to do, and that was raise a lot of money for Leeds Hospital Charity and also to inspire some people. And I know I've done that. I had 3 really tough days, day 9, day 17, day 37. And the outpour on social media and support was unreal. Unbelievable. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you.
Oh, shaking my hand. Thank you, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Mike Bates heads towards the table for his first meal, his first real meal on land, let's give him a big applause. Next arrival will be tomorrow morning. Atlantic girls coming in, a trio girls team, female team coming in between 7 and 9. But first, a big applause for Mike.
A well-earned first meal on land for Mike, the Atlantic Grappler. So great to see him in. Okay, so our next team coming in, the Atlantic girls. Carsten just said it, between 7 and 8 tomorrow morning. So make sure that you join us live for that. It'll be so exciting to see that the girls team come in. They are a trio. Whoops, sorry about that. Camera just went. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.